and welcome back to our Scratch programming course. So, in this video, we'll start with the control block and see the blocks of the control block. So, in the previous video, we had finished with the events block menu and saw the blocks of the events block. So, in this video, we'll start with the control block. So, let's start this video. So, the first block in the control block menu, as you all can see, is wait 1 second. So basically, as the name suggests, this block is used to wait for the specified number of times, for the specified number of seconds in the Scratch window. So I'll show you. Suppose I make a script. When flag clicked, say hello, wait 1 second, or I'll change the number. Suppose wait 3 seconds and then say suppose wait. So now if I'll run the script, I'll show you. So did you all see that first the sprite said hello and then it waited for 3 seconds and then it said wait. So this is the use of this wait block. The next block is repeat 10. So this block is basically used to perform an action for the specified number of times. So for example, I make a script. When flag clicked, repeat 10, and inside this I put move 10 steps. So what will happen? It will repeat the action which is move 10 steps for 10 times. That means the sprite will move 100 steps because your 10 steps will be repeated for 10 times. That means 10 multiplied by 10 becomes 100. So the sprite will move 100 steps. I will show you all. Did you all see? The sprite moved 100 steps, and as you all can see where my cursor is, here it is written X 100. So this block is used to perform an action for the specified number of times. So the next block is forever. So this block is used to perform an action infinitely, means forever, in the Scratch window. That means it will not stop and forever it will start. So I'll show you all. Suppose I make a script. When flag clicked, forever, move 10 steps, and if on edge bounce. So now if suppose my sprite is on x0 and y0, so if I run the script, can you all see the sprite is moving 10 steps and it is bouncing back. So this action is happening forever, means it will not stop. As you all can see, it is again and again going on. So to stop this action, I will click here. So I will stop this. So this block is used to run an action infinitely in the Scratch window. So the next block in the control block menu is if then. So this block is basically used to check a condition, means that it will check a condition. Here if, and here as you all can see something like it is a hexagon, there we have to put a block for the condition, and then what it does, if that condition becomes true, then it runs an action whatever we put here. So I'll show you. So for better understanding what I'll do, first I'll make a list. Suppose the list is things. So I have this list, and now what I'll do, I will make a script. When flag clicked, if length, no not length, things contains thing. That means if the list which is things, the name of the list is things, if it contains any item named thing, then you have to go to x0 and y0. So now if I run the script, it will not go to x0 and y0. Why? because currently the list is empty and we don't have any item named thing. I'll show you. So did you all see? The sprite didn't change its position. Why? Because we didn't have any item named thing in this list. But if now I add an item named thing using this block, so now we have an item named thing in this list. And now if I run the script, did you all see that the sprite moved to x0 and y0 because now we had an item named thing in this list. So the next block in the control block menu is if then and else. So this block is similar to this block, but the difference is this is only used to check a condition whether it is true, and if it is false it will not perform anything. As you all saw that I checked the condition when our list was empty. I checked the condition that if it contained thing, so the condition was false because our list which was things, it didn't contain any item named thing, so it didn't perform any action. But using this block, what we can do, we can check a condition if it is true. So if it is true, it will perform the action, and if the condition is false, then also it will perform an action, whatever we will put here in this else menu. So I'll show you all. I'll make a script when flag clicked. If things contains thing. And also one thing I wanted to tell you all, as it is very important before explaining you all this block, that whenever we add any condition to here in this hexagon shape, what the shape of the block should also be hexagon. As you all can see, this the shape of the block is like a hexagon, and here also the shape is hexagon. So if I try to put this round block in this, can you all see I cannot put it? So the shape also matters. So I'll put here this. Now if things contains thing, so it contains it, or I'll change it. If things contains 2, so we don't have any item named 2, that means the condition is false. So if things contains 2, then you have to turn 15 degrees, else if the condition becomes false, as it is false already, we don't have any item named 2, so else what I'll do, change y by 50. So now if I'll run the script, the sprite will change its y position by 50. Why? Because here in this we don't have any item named 2 in our things list. So it will first, what the scratch will do, first it will check the first condition, which is if things contains 2. Then if it is become true, it will perform the action, and else, here else it will check again that if the condition is false, that means it is false. Then what it will do, it will change the y by 50. I will show you all. Did you all see that the sprite changed its y position by 50? So now let's see the next block. The next block is wait until. So this block is used to wait until an action is performed, and then after the action is performed, it does another action. Suppose I make a script when flag clicked, wait until things contains 2, and when it will contain 2, then what you have to do, hide. So now if I run the script, the sprite will not be hidden. Why? Because we don't have any item named 2 in our list. So what it will do, the script will not stop, it will continuously going on, and it will wait until I add any item, and I add any item named 2 to this list. I'll show you. So can you all see the script is going on? As it is highlighted means it is become yellow, highlighted it has a something, it is shining. So the script is going on and going on and going on. Why? Because it is waiting, the script is waiting for me so that I add any item named 2 to this list. So now if I add an item named 2 to things, so did you all see the sprite was hidden, and also this script stopped. Why it stopped? Because it finished waiting because I added the item. So the next block is repeat until. So this block is basically used to repeat an action until an action is finished working. So I'll show you using a script. When flag clicked, repeat until things contain 3, move 10 steps, and if on edge bounce. I'll put it here. So I will explain you all this script, but before explaining this script, I want to run this script and show you all. So first I'll make the sprite show appear, and now I will run this script. So can you all see? Continuously the sprite is moving 10 steps and it is bouncing off. Why this is happening? So now I will explain you all this script. So this script basically says that repeat until the things list will not contain 3, it will move 10 steps, and if on edge bounce. So now currently, as you all can see in this list, we don't have any item named 3. That is why what it is doing, it is moving 10 steps and it is bouncing off. But the moment I add any item named 3, this script move 10 steps and if on edge bounce will not run. I will show you all. First I'll run this script, and now what I'll do in the background, I'll add an item. Add 3 to things. I'll add it. Did you all see? The moment I added an item named 3 to this list, the sprite stopped. Why it stopped? Because now this condition became false. That it was saying that until the list named thing will not contain an item named 3, it will move 10 steps and it will bounce off. But now it contains an item named 3, so this condition became false and the script stopped. So the next block is stop all. So this block is basically used to stop all the scripts running in the Scratch window. So for better understanding, I will make a script as usual. When flag clicked, say hello for 2 seconds, then wait 2 seconds and stop all. So what will happen? First the sprite will say hello for 2 seconds, then it will wait 2 seconds and it will stop the whole script. I'll show you. See, now the script is running and it stopped. Did you all see it stopped? Why? Because of this block. And also I want to show you all that we have more options here. As you can see this drop down menu. So we have 3 options, which is stop all. That means it will stop the whole program, means all scripts running in the Scratch window. Next option is this script, means only this script, which is this current. So this will also do the same thing. Hello for 2 seconds, wait 2 seconds and stop this script. So this will only stop the current script which is running, and this will stop leaving this script, it will stop other scripts running. So for example, now we have only one script. So if I had more than one script, means I had suppose 8 scripts, then what will happen? This script will run, but the other scripts which are there, they all will stop, because we will run this block which is stop other scripts in the sprite. So next block is when I start as a clone. So this block is basically used to do an action whenever we create a clone of a sprite using this block. So this block, create clone of myself, is used to create the clone of any sprite. So we have 2 options, which is myself and sprite 1. So myself means this sprite in which we are writing the code, which is this sprite 1. And another option is sprite 1, means we can choose any specific. And if I had one more sprite, suppose I choose this. I choose this. So we have this sprite, and now suppose, now as you can see, one is myself, and we also have this Avery, because the name of this sprite is Avery, this one. And we can also, in this sprite only, we can create the clone of another sprite using this drop down. Can you all see we have two options, Avery and sprite 1. So myself means itself, the sprite 1, sprite 1, also this sprite 1, Avery means another. So what is the use of create the clone? So if I click this, can you all see a clone is created? Wait, I'll click this. I will wrap it into this. When flag click create clone of Avery. So it is creating. Can you all see? We have 3 clones of Avery, and also it can create a clone of itself. So I'll click it. Can you all see? Now we have 2 clones. One is this original sprite, and this is the duplicate one. Means this is the original and this is duplicate. So what if I delete this? This is the original one, okay? Because this is highlighting, as you can see. So if I delete this original, I delete it. So now then also we have a clone. So now if I run it, can you all see we don't have our sprite because it was a clone. And here we are only left with this Avery sprite. So now let's see the next block. The next block was when I start as a clone. So first, what? Create clone of myself. So what I'll do, I'll make a script so that I can make you all understand this block. When flag clicked create clone of myself, so what will happen? It will create a clone, as you all saw. And when I start as a clone, then change color effect by 25. So I'll show you all. Did you all see? The sprite changed its color effect by 25, but this is the original because its color effect is changed by 25, as you all can see, and this is the duplicate one. So now let's see the next block. So the next block, what first I'll do, I'll delete this duplicate one. Sorry, I by mistakenly said this was the original and that color effect was duplicate. So the next is delete this clone. So basically, as the name suggests, it is used to delete the clone made by using this block. So for example, when flag clicked create clone of myself, and then when I start as a clone, wait 2 seconds and delete this clone. So now we have created a clone and now it is deleted using this block. So with this we complete with the control block menu. So in the next video I will start with y'all the sensing block menu, and also after completing the sensing block menu I will start with y'all a project. So be ready, and please like this video, share it with others, comment down your views, and also subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to hit the bell icon so that when I upload any video you all can get the notification. So thank you for watching.